I mean, overall, I think the season was good. I feel like we definitely got better over time. This was a very weird year for us. So just to be able to be out here and be in this position is, very great. We're all grateful for it. So I think overall the season's been good. And, I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, we took it into accountability right after the game, we got right back on it. And I think this past, week of practice has been actually very good. We've been locked in and everyone is really taking this very seriously. So, no, I haven't made a decision yet. I'll probably talk over with my family after this next game, but right now I'm just focused on this game. I think they progressed a lot, especially missing out on a spring, which is really like that time for them to really lock in and learn. I think they've come a very long way, especially, this week, you get a lot more reps. So I think they came a long way. And, next season they should, elevate their game to the next level. They got some great players on their offense. I've actually played with Tylen Wallace, the receiver, at the Nike Opening when we were in high school. So they got some good players, and we done schemed some things up for them. So it's a 4-quarter game at all times. So you got to come with an all right game. I mean, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest goal. I couldn't tell you the last time, Miami's won a bowl game. So this is we take this very personal. And, after the last game's performance, that was not the Miami way. That was not how we play football, especially on the defensive side. So we're coming to end this game with a lot of fire, honestly. I'll tell you that right now. And we're going to come out hot, and that's what's going to happen. The team, it was a full team, loss, You can't point one finger at one body, So, we got to take that one to the chin, and keep pushing. That's in the past. Can't really go back and do anything about it. So, we're all focused on this game coming up, and, we're excited about this opportunity. And everybody is definitely, excited about that. He kept his, his information on the low. So, it was kind of surprising to see, but he wants to be great. He wants to win. He wants to, come here and break records and do great things. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this program. And, I think they're taking that step forward. Zach is he's an athlete. He can play wherever and adapt to his new, surroundings. So him moving to that position, adds extra depth there, more a veteran type player. So I think, he could do great things and moving forward, if he sticks to that, I could see him being our starter, honestly. So,
I think, the bottom line is we gotta coach better and we gotta play better. And when you really unpack it all, and obviously we've had a lot of time to do that with Coach Diaz and myself, we've really, you could attribute to a bunch of different things, but at the end of the day, those two things hold true. We have to coach better and we have to play better. And we will do that moving forward. Yeah, I think you just said it. I think they want to run the football. They've been very, very effective running the football. I think they average over 200 yards a game, and they've done it with a variety of different backs who, to me, are all complementary of each other. They all have a different skill set, and then when you try to put an extra hat in the box, they've got two really good receivers on the outside that can go and get it. So they present a lot of different challenges, and then you top that off with extreme tempo. We got to be able to get our cleats in the ground, get the calls, and get lined up just to have a chance. I think the biggest thing that you see out of him, the first thing I should say is you see a guy that's got some swag about him, great toughness. I think he's a natural leader. At least that's what the tape shows, from the outside looking in. Smart football player, a lot of times knows where to go with the ball before the ball is snapped. And, you can tell that he is very well coached. He's done a really nice job in that offense. But he's got all the tangible and intangible things I think you look for in a quarterback. I think it came about kind of organically, obviously, with losing Jalen and Quincy for this bowl game. There's a natural need there, right? And then, something that we kind of tossed back and forth with Coach Diaz and I did, and I kind of brought it up to Zach. Actually, I believe Zach brought it up to me and said, I can go play defensive end. And, it kind of, like I said, it organically happened. And so we threw him in there last week at practice. And, man, he obviously has experience, dating back to his high school days. But he's done a really, really nice job for us there. I would expect to probably see him at both. He's played both, at will linebacker and a defensive end for us. But I've been pleasantly surprised just with his natural instinct down there. A guy that is very quick twitch, hard to block, and plays with tremendous effort. And I think that obviously always gives you a chance. I think when you talk about the development of the linebackers, the one thing that you can truly say is they've gotten better every week. I've really been impressed with their progress, and there's been some up and down moments, obviously, but it's a group that takes a lot of pride in what they do. A group of guys, in my opinion, that they're all pulling in the same direction. There's no jealousy. They all want to play, and obviously we've played a bunch this year. I think we talked the other day. We've played 7 for a variety of different reasons. We've played 7 different linebackers in meaningful snaps this year, which is truly uncommon. But really, really a fun group of guys to coach. Hardworking, blue collar. Like I said, just work every day to get better. And then touch on the signing class. I think we signed as good a class as anyone in the country, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I know there's a couple spots out there that we could possibly fill in a variety of different ways, being high school kids or transfer portal. But when you look at our overall signing class, a lot of the needs and a lot of the wants that we had going into it, we were able to nail down on signing day and really look forward. I want to say maybe there's 13 early enrollees maybe in that group. So, we get the chance to get our hands on them here pretty soon as well, which is very exciting. Yeah, I think when you look at the overall body of work, we have to prove that this was an outlier. This was just a blip on the radar. I thought we played pretty good defense, and obviously if you could take that one game out from a statistical standpoint, you could probably say the same. But you can't, and that's something that we own. And like I said, we're not going to make excuses for it. And the ability to be able to play another game is very, very important, not only for this defense, but for this program. I think winning a bowl game is huge when you talk about the amount of times this program's won a bowl game in the last some odd years, and just learning to win, the development, that these guys have been able to get in. This isn't a typical, year where you were able to get 12 to 15 bowl practices in, but we still were able to get in extra practices and have the ability to kick it off the tee one more time and get that taste out of our mouth. So I know our guys are excited to play. I know as a coaching staff, we were excited to roll up our sleeves and go back to work and get this taste out of our mouth. I think a lot, in my opinion, the scheme allows for it. When you look back historically, within this scheme, one of our goals is to always end up finishing in the top 5 for tackles for loss, and usually it correlates now with third down percentage with turnovers. Turnovers to me, obviously you harp on it, you drill it. Sometimes when it rains it pours and they come in bunches, and then sometimes you can go on a little bit of a drought. Sometimes the game dictates that. So I think turnovers are probably more of a misnomer sometimes, but I definitely think tackles for loss and sacks and those type of numbers are you can definitely coach. Leading up into the North Carolina game, I thought we had a great week of preparation. I think maybe something changed with it, within the game or maybe right before the game. And like I said, we can give you 1,000 different reasons, and at the end of the day, we just have to own what we did, and I think we'll find out. But I believe our guys and as a coaching staff, we've learned from it. So there's only one way to find out, and that's to tee it up, here in a couple nights. So that question will be answered here in the next 48, 72 hours.